The fourth model is called Symbolic Competence, introduced by Cramsch and Whiteside. They defined symbolic competence as the ability to position oneself as a multilingual subject, to be able to position, to be able to place oneself as multilingual subject, somebody who can understand and speak different languages and is aware of the multilingual situation, to understand the cultural memories evoked by symbolic system. Symbolic system, where you have different symbols representing a specific system, to perform as well as create alternative realities, and to reframe and shape the multilingual game in which one invests. So, symbolic competence has everything to do with multilingualism and one's ability to create and understand the language that is to be used, and also the awareness of symbolic system that works in that particular multilingual context. The ability to manipulate the three dimensions of language as symbolic system. They are symbolic representation, symbolic action, and symbolic power. So let's try to understand what we mean by symbolic representation. Now, this refers to what words say and what they reveal about mind. So symbolic representation is representation of what is taking place in our mind and how the words can reflect what is happening in our mind. Symbolic action, what words do and what words reveal about our intentions. Symbolic power, what words reveal about social relation, individual and collective memories, emotions and aspirations. So we see the concept of symbolic competence revolves around symbolic representation, symbolic action, and symbolic power. Discourse has a role to play in symbolic competence, and it is referred to, or it is something which is a language used beyond sentence level. So it's not looking at what is presented in a sentence. It is going beyond the sentence level and understanding the language as a use or as it is presented in a use, result of an act of communication and relationship between language and context in which it is used. So therefore, the discourse is not confined to the sentence structure. Rather, it takes into account how language is used in a given situation and the relationship between the context and the language in which it is used. Symbolic competence is also engaged in the symbolic power game. Power game of challenging and established meanings and redefining the real. So now this is another area which the symbolic competence takes into account, which is about power game. And that would lead us to the understanding of construction of social reality around you. We'll show you a small clipping where Cramsch, in her own lecture which she gave at University of Berkeley, spoke about how words construct social reality and how they can manipulate and they can be used to influence and persuade people.